mysterious virus spreads rapidly around the world. Over 2.5 billion people are already infected, and cities across the globe begin collapsing one after another. In a military quarantine zone in Florida, Dr. Lauren receives a mission from her superior. She is assigned to lead a small team to a local school to collect blood samples from survivors. The goal is to find a cure and save humanity. As the team boards their vehicle, their driver, Wheeler, drives up to the base gates. The moment the heavy iron doors open, a swarm of zombies rushes in. The team immediately starts shooting, engaging in a chaotic battle. After a tense struggle, they manage to fight their way through the horde. As they continue their journey, they reach a fork in the road. A debate breaks out over which path to take. Gunnar reminds them that the suburb is full of zombies. He prefers taking the city route, not just to avoid danger, but also in the hope of finding the previous missing squad that had gone there earlier. As they drive into the city, a woman appears and waves them down, pleading for help. She doesn't seem infected, so Lauren prepares to check her wounds while Gunnar keeps watch with his gun. Luckily, the woman isn't infected. However, they discover that zombies are capable of planting traps, and the woman was being used as bait. Suddenly, the zombies that had been pretending to be dead on the ground spring to life and charge at them. Wheeler speeds away and leaves Gunnar behind. But just as the truck pulls away, Lauren quickly opens the back door. Gunnar fights off the zombies around him and sprints toward the moving vehicle and barely makes it inside in time. As they continue, Gunnar notices a bus parked nearby which belonged to the previous squad, and Gunnar's wife had been among its passengers. Gunnar steps out alone to check the bus, but he finds no survivors. When he reaches the back, he finally finds his wife's body, completely destroyed. Meanwhile, Wheeler spots movement on the roof. Lauren leans out of the vehicle to check. Everything looks normal at first, but as she turns her head back, a zombie suddenly attacks her. Denise quickly reacts and fires a flare gun at the zombie, setting it on fire. Lauren grabs a steel pipe from the ground and kills another zombie. The last one is taken down by Gunnar, who has just returned. They get back into the truck, but Gunnar remains silent, still grieving the loss of his wife. They finally arrive at their destination. Their mission is simple: collect blood samples from survivors and leave. However, after searching for a while, they find no one in sight. Realizing they need to cover more ground, the four of them decide to split up.
You go ahead. I'll catch up.
Lauren enters a bathroom and finds a dead body. She pulls out a phone from its pocket and dials a number. It turns out that Lauren has a personal reason for joining this mission. She is searching for her husband and daughter, who were trapped in the suburbs when the outbreak began. But before she can gather more information, the call is suddenly cut off, and Denise enters the room looking for her. After a while, Denise finds a locked door inside the school. As Gunnar tries to break it open, Lauren notices a woman sitting on the floor in a nearby classroom. The moment the woman sees her, she panics and desperately begs Lauren to take her child with them. Gunnar rushes in, gun raised, ordering the woman to place the baby on the floor for a blood test. When the group looks closely, they realize the baby has already been infected. Lauren explains that they can't take the baby with them, but the woman suddenly snaps, attacking them in rage. Wheeler reacts quickly and stabs her with a knife. Afterward, they break the chain on the locked door and enter, only to find that they are too late. All the survivors inside are already dead. Just as they prepare to leave, Wheeler notices figures moving in the distance. Panic sets in, and the group starts running. Gunnar leads the team into a classroom. He shatters the locked window with a gunshot, then hands his shotgun to Lauren, instructing her to escape first while he stays behind to cover them. As zombies break in, Gunnar fights fiercely, but his weapon is knocked from his hands, and despite his efforts, he is overpowered and killed. The three remaining survivors make it out, but an argument breaks out. Wheeler demands that Lauren give him the shotgun, and when she refuses, he abandons them and flees alone. That night, Lauren and Denise find shelter in a warehouse. Lauren, still thinking about her daughter, tells Denise that she is not actually a doctor. After the outbreak, she stole a doctor's identity to survive. Her real goal was never the mission, but finding her daughter. Instead of being angry, Denise, as a mother herself, chooses to help Lauren. As they move through the warehouse, they try to gather supplies. Suddenly, they hear something crash behind them. Denise quickly tells Lauren to turn off her headlamp, but before they can react, a zombie appears and knocks Lauren to the ground. At that critical moment, a spear suddenly pierces through the zombie's head. It's Wheeler, and he comes back to help them.
Come here.
They suddenly get a message from the doctor of the previous squad and decide to meet up with them. During this time, Denise notices Wheeler is wounded. She realizes that he was attacked earlier and is now in the first stage of infection. Lauren reassures him that the military base has medicine to treat early-stage infections. But before going back, she insists that Wheeler help her go to the suburbs to search for her family. Wheeler, having no other option, agrees, and since he is already infected, he removes his protective suit, no longer seeing a point in wearing it. However, as they continue their journey, a horde of zombies attacks Denise and brutally tear her apart. Lauren loses all control, grabs her shotgun, and kills every last one of them. Wheeler arrives and tries to calm her down. Soon after, they meet up with the doctor in a garage. Wheeler is about to start an ambulance when the doctor suddenly notices his wound. Before Lauren can react, the doctor picks up a fire extinguisher and strikes her in the head. Fearing that both Lauren and Wheeler are infected, the doctor panics and speeds away with the ambulance. Fortunately, another ambulance is parked nearby. Lauren and Wheeler manage to get inside and start the engine. As zombies begin closing in, they smash through the chaos and escape just in time. The vehicle speeds through the ruined city, quickly reaching Lauren's former home. She rushes inside and finds her little girl still there, patiently waiting for her. But Lauren's joy is short-lived as she finds that her daughter has already been infected. However, she is still in the first stage, meaning there is hope. If they reach the base in time, she can be treated. Meanwhile, Wheeler notices a massive horde of zombies approaching the house. He honks the horn, signaling Lauren to hurry up. Lauren quickly removes her protective suit and puts it on her daughter to keep her safe. She then opens the door, but as soon as she does, the zombies burst in. She and Wheeler fight their way to the second floor, blocking the door to slow the zombies down. They climb out through a window to escape, but Wheeler accidentally breaks his leg, and Lauren is forced to leave Wheeler behind. Lauren and her daughter jump into the ambulance and drive straight through the swarm of zombies, heading for the base at full speed. However, when they reach the entrance, they find that the base is also surrounded by a massive zombie horde. The soldiers stationed there rush out and begin clearing the area, creating a small opening. Lauren jumps out of the vehicle with her daughter, desperately seeking help. But because Lauren isn't wearing any protective suit, the soldiers mistake her for an infected person and shoot her down. The soldiers then notice the markings on the protective suit. Realizing that she is Dr. Lauren, the commander immediately orders that she be placed in isolation for treatment. As the girl is taken into the base, it's clear that humanity has already lost the war against the virus.